All right, so I wanted to focus on kind of how my perception of the Las Vegas move has changed for the Raiders over the almost 2 years they've been there now. My opinion has definitely changed in many ways, so I think I'm going to kind of go into detail about that. So I kind of want to take you guys back to early 2020. So the Raiders were preparing to move to Las Vegas. This is right after Super Bowl 54, and I was pretty upset, but I told myself, you know what? I'm just gonna root for them as if still played in Oakland. I'm gonna tell myself I'll still call them the Oakland Raiders. I'm gonna tell myself, they're still Oakland's team. And little did I know that wouldn't really be the case. But obviously, 2020 season, there's no fans in attendance, so I didn't really have to experience what I would have to experience in terms of what I'm observing the fan base in Las Vegas in 2021. There were no fans in 2020, so my opinion that was like that, how I explained, like I didn't really care, kind of carried on until we hit the 2021 season, and I have to kind of just observe all the ignorant fans that have come out of the Las Vegas move. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, Las Vegas, they're trying to get this team. They're putting up public money for this team, and then they hardly sell tickets, And when they do, it's to the opposing fans. You look at the NFL attendance reports. The Raiders are close to the bottom. Last time I checked, they were 28th. I doubt that's changed. It's funny because they're 28th, and you include all of the opposing fans, and they'll even play small market type teams and teams that aren't in the grand scheme of things super popular. I'm talking about the Washington football team, the Cincinnati Bengals. Like those two games attracted a lot of fans, and obviously, well, you could say, yeah, well, Las Vegas is a travel destination, but is that really, is that relevant to an NFL team? I mean, not really, because Mark Davis obviously supposedly moved the team because he couldn't get a deal done in Oakland, but it's clear that that was true, and so was just overall not really caring about the fan base and caring about just attracting opposing fans. But I mean, really, in theory, it's not working because think about it, their attendance is still low. So what are my thoughts on the Las Vegas move now? Like I mentioned, it's definitely changed. Like in 2020, like when they didn't allow fans, obviously, like I was like, wow, right when they open up the stadium, I want to go to Allegiant. I want to see what this hype's about. And now I don't really feel that way. And it all goes back to the fact that I don't appreciate the Las Vegas culture around the team. I don't think it's helping the team at all. I think, quite frankly, these casual fans that don't really, didn't watch the team when they were in Oakland are ruining it for the still existing Oakland fans because, I mean, the Raiders culture has always been like, where Oakland and Raiders went together like peanut butter and jelly, right? Like it went together, and it was so tightly, knit together because the fans were always into it, And now you look at the Las Vegas games, and the black hole, not a thing anymore to my knowledge. I think there's a restaurant in the end zone that is supposed to kind of depict that. I think it's corny, to be honest. Yeah, I just think the whole thing, the whole stigma around Las Vegas and Allegiant Stadium is not something I'm really into. So now I could care less about going to a game at Allegiant Stadium. I talked about it in my Super Bowl video. If I was given the opportunity, if I was given tickets for free, I mean, that wouldn't happen, but, and I was already in Las Vegas, then sure. But I don't really see the desire in myself to go see the Raiders in Las Vegas. Their ownership is comparable to how bad the A's ownership, albeit baseball and football are different, but it really goes to show that there's ownership in the NFL, like Mark Davis, that doesn't care about the team at all. And people will say, oh, well, he does care about the team because he moved them out of the worst stadium in the NFL and he moved them to Allegiant Stadium. Okay, first of all, he wouldn't have moved the team without that public funding from Las Vegas. And if he did move the team, he probably wouldn't have been to Las Vegas. It would have been probably to LA, maybe San Antonio, maybe even stay in Oakland. But no, I think, you know, him moving the team is actually hurting the team a lot. You look at what's happening to players like Henry Ruggs, Damon Arnett. There's more guys committing crimes because you're in, you know, a party city. You're in a city that is known for. I mean, let's just say it's called Sin City for a reason, right? Like you know, when you have young players that are maybe 22, 23, 24 years old, they're going to run into trouble. That wasn't happening in Oakland. Like, yeah, the Raiders had players that had committed crimes, but it had nothing to do with the city. And that's, you know, slightly off topic. It's more the fact that, like, the fans, I can't stand the fans that just became fans in Las Vegas because it's making us look bad. And yeah, I don't, you know, it doesn't matter to me 100%, but I'm just saying, like, it, you know, the ignorance behind the new fans and like the way they make the team look. It's not Oakland, right? Like nowadays, you know, in this day and age, like if you wanted to go to a Raiders game wearing, you know, painting your face as a Denver Broncos fan with a bright orange jersey, you could do so and have no one talk to you about it. And then, you know, if you did that in Oakland, like you probably wouldn't make it out of the stadium, which goes to show that just the whole culture has changed and it's not the same Raiders team that we all knew and loved from the fan perspective. So yeah, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on this topic. Let me know if your perception of it has changed because it probably has. It's been almost 2 years now, and it's been close to, it's been like what 4 or 5 years almost since like the move was announced. So yeah, anyways, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, peace out.